Nobody understands why you're doing it, and that's the point. One of the hardest things in life is to become completely comfortable with your unique goals and your way to get them. Ryan Holiday, one of my biggest idols, said, "Doing something truly great means suffering a bit for it, being misunderstood, taking longer, risking more." That has been massively prominent in my life recently. I just graduated high school about a month and a week ago, and this is the first summer since high school where I haven't gotten a typical job. I'm not serving or bussing tables or scooping ice cream or even rock climbing coaching anymore. My jobs are growing this podcast that you're listening to and developing a climbing clothing brand called Open Project. And I'm psyched on both of them. But I'll most likely make much less money than I would want to this summer. I'll still make a little, but really it's not a comfortable amount. At 18, that's fine. I made an incredible amount of money in scholarships for school next year, which I'm really grateful for, and that also helps me afford this opportunity. Here's the truth. I keep reminding myself that this financial discomfort and the social discomfort of doing something different, they're just the costs of choosing the long game. I'm betting on myself. I'm building something that doesn't pay me like a paycheck right now. But one day, I'm hoping that it will pay me in freedom, fulfillment, and joy in a way that no hourly job ever could. And through this process, it's been very mentally arduous. The comparison trap, the jealousy or isolation trap, those are so easy to fall into when you see everyone else your age, everyone you've grown up with, all your peers, or just everyone that you know, they're doing very similar things and you're doing something differently. You think, is that what I should be doing? In last Wednesday's episode, my guest Lockie College reminded me of this idea that I would never trade experiences with another person in this world because I love my life more than anything. And so, because of this, he says that, therefore, I cannot be jealous nor pity myself. This perspective, it lets me be happy for others in their choices and supportive of them in their decisions because I know that I wouldn't trade my life for theirs, no matter how awesome it is. So this has been a huge perspective shift for me because it allows me to feel comfortable in the choices that I'm making for myself because I'm different than them and I love my differences. I no longer feel the need to conform to other people's expectations or change my behavior based on their opinions. Honestly, I start to feel myself not giving a fuck. And that's awesome. It's very, very freeing. And I've tried to reach that for so long. I think many people try to reach that. And it's just coming now. And it's coming by really just going against the grain. I realize now that I'm allowed to completely and fully love what I do, even if others think I'm a complete psychopath for doing so. For all I know, maybe I am a complete psychopath for working 12 plus hour days in the summertime and not really getting paid for it. Who else does that? When I introspect, though, I feel so delighted by this, even if that's weird to you. I know that what I'm doing is exactly what I want to be doing. When I land back in this and I prioritize some introspection or quiet time, I end up much clearer on my purpose and my mission. And I realize how strong my drive is to do what I'm doing. This realization has also changed the way that I work. And I think it could provide a lot of value to people out there struggling to work long periods of time without stopping or struggling to maintain motivation or drive. What I've learned is it's imperative to build in fun and nature into your workday. And that's for me. Your principles may differ, and we'll get into that. For me, not having school and sports every day means that when I'm not working, I'm free to do whatever I want to do. I'm actually free to do whatever I want to do basically all the time because my work is very lenient, I guess. The only thing that I must show up to are calls that I schedule myself. So, you know, it's very nice. It's very freeing. And for me, this freedom has meant more rock climbing, which is awesome. I've just been getting so much stronger and it's been really fun. More hiking. I've went on some beautiful hikes recently, and you just get into this flow state of next step, next step, next step. It's really one foot in front of the other. More surfing, another flow state type thing. I just love the ocean, especially morning surfs. More time with family, which is amazing because I'm going to be going away to London in the fall. So really soaking up time with them, more time with friends. I just love my friends right now. And it also means slower meals, being able to enjoy and be grateful for what I'm having and really think about what went into the food. More meditation. It means more choice. Overall, that's the overarching theme, more choice. And none of what I listed there was productive in a work sense, but all of it, all of those things I listed, they make me more productive. That's the thing. I realized that in order for me to work in my most efficient way, I must have already exercised or know that I'll be able to exercise soon. Additionally, I need non-work related conversations with friends and family to keep my work psyche high. I need to know that that day I'll have some time to go into nature and reconnect and ground a little bit and not really I'm not one of those people that walks around all the time in their bare feet grounding, but I'd honestly like to do that. I went on a little bit of a hike the other day in bare feet. It was amazing. I'm on my hippie shit, I guess. I've realized that I just like need these things in order to feel my most self, feel the best. I need good sleep as well, and that's something that I'm really bad at. Like right now, it is 10:30. I have a meeting at 8 tomorrow morning, so I'll get fine sleep, but it'll probably take me another hour before I can go to bed. It's like, what the hell, Jack? It is literally summertime on a Sunday, and I'm up at 10:30 right now recording something. Like, I'm crazy, but I love that. And I'm able to do that because of the fun I worked into my day. For many of you, these pillars of a good, productive, fulfilling workday, they may be different. And that's fine. That is so fine. But I guarantee you that you have them. You have things in your life that when you do them, they make everything else better. And they may not be productive. They're productivity in disguise. And these are things that no productivity gurus talk about. They don't talk about going for a hike at some point in your day, even if it's like a 3-hour hike, right? That's 3 hours you could be working. But if you spend, and this is what I've realized because I've done it, if you work for 15 or 16 hours in a day, your next day, unless you're an absolute freak of nature, you cannot work another 15 or 16 hours. And if you do, your brain is shot. I'd love to talk to Alex Ramosi about this because he seems like the type of guy that might argue with me about this. And if he can, like, dude, respect to you. I don't know how you do that. But also, that's not what I want. I'm not the type of guy that's the only thing. I think my 10-hour workday is, like, I try to keep that more toward the max, sometimes 12. But I'm trying to lower it down a little bit. So I want to be more efficient because I want time, right? And so to find these things so that you can have your business, you can run your business and your business doesn't run you. In order to find these things that are your pillars of efficiency and productivity, you have to test things out and slow down to figure out what feels right and what works. And then prioritize those things. All right, that's the key. Because you're getting all of this advice from someone who has spent the entire past 14 months trying to convince himself of the same thing, of prioritizing things like meditation and hikes and fun, right? Do not go through the pain that I did. Please prioritize yourself over your work because your work is reliant on you. So if you aren't taking care of, your work's not going to take care of itself, right? A better you means better work. That's important. So, to sum this up, if you're in a season of uncertainty, discomfort, or just trying something new, remember that you weren't meant to live a life that looks good to everyone else but feels wrong to you. Figure out what your fuel is and embrace it. Protect it, be proud of it, prioritize it, and everything that helps it. Whatever you do, please don't wait for permission to go all in on what you love. You're not here to copy anyone else's version of success. You're here to live yours. So do it. All right. That's that for today. What I want to talk about is something big. I'm on a mission to hit 100,000 podcast downloads before I head to Northeastern at the end of August. August 31st to be exact. I don't have a team around me. I don't have a studio. It's just deep conversations, backup mic because I broke my other, and a vision that I'm absolutely obsessed with. If this episode or anything I've done has resonated with you, the best way that you can support me is to listen to an episode, to share it with a friend, and to leave a review. And if you want to go above and beyond, I have a link on my Buzzsprout. If you type the Grateful Podcast into Buzzsprout or wherever you're listening, actually, you'll be able to do this. You can press support the show in the description, and it's just a $5 subscription every month. It's not a lot, but it really just helps support me hiring people to do some content. I'm actually hiring a guy to do a lot of my shorts right now. Starting tomorrow, when this podcast releases, we're gonna start working together, so that I can have more time to work on the things that you guys love and see and the things that I enjoy the most. So yeah, if you'd like to do that, it would mean the world to me, but no pressure. This week, coming up on the Grateful Podcast, I have this episode, obviously. And then on Wednesday, I have an episode with Joshua Dean Church, one of my favorite conversations I've had so far. And then on Saturday, I have Just Prudham. All right? These are both fantastic conversations. Make sure to tune in and listen. And now, last thing, if you're ready to take action and need guidance, I'd love to help. I coach people on implementing the duality of gratitude and ambition in their lives. I have 5 spots left. So if you want to snag one of those, hit me up at jackcwagoner@gmail.com, or you can comment on wherever you're listening to this, or you can DM me on Instagram, whatever. We can talk about it. All right? All right. Make this week rock. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you this week. Stay grateful.